Hello and welcome to A Cup of Conversation. Of course, once again, I'm your host, John Guzzi, and in the studio, I have some great friends with us once again, and we have a very, very serious, yet also fun topic to talk about. We're talking with the Blister Sisters, or 50% of the Blister Sisters, although all of the four are in the studio. We have split between radio and TV for the four ladies who are going to be walking for tulips for the Help Those with Cancer Association. Now, my guests in the studio this week are Sue Tilt and Linda Hillard. So, ladies, welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Welcome, Blister Sisters.
Thank you. We haven't got them yet.
That's your new name now.
Yes, it is.
And I hope you don't get them when you walk in October. I hope you have a very nice, a safe journey, and you'll be at home relaxing, probably with your feet in the hot water. But
Probably.
we'll talk again after the event. We'll invite you back. But ladies, thank you for coming today to the programme, and thank you for always supporting tulips. It's very, very important to talk about the charity that you're raising money for. Let's start with you, Linda. Welcome back to the programme.
Thank you, Jan.
You've been involved with tulips for a long time, and
4 or 5 years now, yes.
you are, as Sue tells me, the queen of Lambusa, the queen of the market stall. Is that right?
Probably.
Okay, tell us more. Your involvement with tulips.
Well, I originally got involved with Sue and Carol when they were running the Lambusa stall, and I offered to do one Saturday a month. And I didn't think I'd like it that much, but it's really enjoyable, actually. And you feel that you're contributing something. Well, of course, as you know, Carol and Sue stepped back and decided not to do Lambusa. So I took over the running of it. With help, obviously. I can't do it on my own. There's roughly 20 volunteers that help with sorting and pricing donations and helping on the stall on a Saturday.
So when you say you're helping run the stall, does that mean that you are in charge of who's doing what?
It seems to be, yes. Yeah. So for everything from sorting and from collecting the donations in the first place, sorting and pricing them, and then obviously selling them on a Saturday. But obviously including rotas and things like that to decide which volunteer works when.
Because I remember last time you both came into the programme, it was a record amount that you were raising.
I know.
The stall went from strength to strength because you were leading it. So you're doing a very good job, Linda.
And it's actually got better.
Still, even better?
Even better, even better. I think when I saw you before, we were doing roughly 1,300 Turkish lira every month. We've broken that. We're now doing just under 2,300 Turkish lira every week. Not every
Amazing.
month. So far, 4 months, 17 weeks, we've raised 38,600 Turkish lira.
My God.
So that's 2,300 Turkish lira every week.
Amazing.
So it's amazing because it's the standard of donations that we're getting. So.
And that's the market every Saturday at Lambusa.
Every Saturday at Lambusa. We start around about 7 o'clock and it goes on till 11:30 or 12 o'clock until we can't stand anymore.
And then you pack up, ready for the next week?
Ready for next week, yes, yeah. So
Well
usually
done.
we're sold out and usually we've got a car full of donations to take back.
We'll talk more about the donations and how people can help you in a bit, but let's also welcome Sue back into the studio again.
Thank you.
It's an annual event that we have here, isn't it?
Well, it is really, because although Carol and I retired a couple of years ago, we sort of created the Pink October in effect, and we said, right, if there's one thing we're going to do is we're going to do an event for Pink October. And the last 3 years you've had us in here talking about 10,000 steps a day throughout the whole month.
Now, when I heard about this, I thought, my God, these women are either brave or crazy.
Crazy.
And I'll let the viewer decide. Now, let me tell you more about the Blister Sisters walking for tulips, a trail of 3 cities with an average age between the 4 of them of 61 and a half years young. That's Oriana Stevens, Carol King, Linda Hillard, and of course, Sue Tilt. And they'll be taking on a challenge, a 7-day walking challenge, 30 kilometres or 90 miles each day. And you can give us more details about that if there's any changes in that. But walking from Girne, Mausa, Lefkosha, 200 kilometres between the 16th of October and the 22nd of October. So you can support these ladies and we'll tell you how. Now I hear, Sue, you and Oriana are to blame for this event, aren't you, really? You're
I'm not sure
blaming
whether
you.
blame is the right word, but yes. We came out of doing the 10,000 steps a day last October, and Oriana's goal was 1 million steps for the month, and she she exhausted, you know, she went way past that. Myself, I was walking my 10,000 a day for 31 days. And I was also doing my friend Barbara Wilby's because she was very, very poorly and she really wanted to do it but couldn't take part. So we get to the end and we've achieved our goals and we carried on walking around the Alson Jack Park. And then it was a case of, well, what can we do next? And we went to see Murat Alpal, Alpal Trading, who designed and printed these beautiful T-shirts.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we went to see him in the October because we wanted a couple of special T-shirts for ourselves for the Pink Month. And he was about to embark on a 500-kilometre cycle ride in about 48 hours with his friends. He's part of some bicycle federation. And when we came out, we both looked at each other and said, can we do that on foot? But when we measured it and we worked it out, it would just take us far too long. We'd have to do it in stages, and we're not getting any younger. I mean, I know you very kindly said we were 61 and a half years young.
Of course.
But, you know, we've got aching bones and we've got arthritic joints and things like that. So we had to be realistic. And then we said, well, why don't we just walk the 3 cities and make sure that we encompass the full 200 kilometres? And that's how it came about.
A nice story there. So, Linda, how did you get involved with this? Because I know that you're all very good friends and walking is something that you can do leisurely for yourself. And of course, being October, doing all the, you know, thousands of steps, raising lots of money. But how did it become from 2 to the 4 of you? What was the attraction for this?
During Pink October, traditionally the 3 of us tend to walk, and others as well, tend to walk and do our 10,000 steps in the morning at Alson Jack Park. So when Sue contacted me and said, Oriana and I are going to do this, and possibly Carol as well, would you like to join and be the 4th member? And I thought, no. And then I thought, they're going to have so much fun doing this, and I'm not going to be part of it. So, yeah, let's get involved. So, and also, it's another great way to raise money for tulips.
It is a great way, and Tulips needs a lot of money every month. We know that there are too many patients out there that need help, new patients coming in through the doors, new cancer sufferers. So every kurush that you raise is very important, isn't it, Sue? I mean, you know, you've been through all this.
Yes, yes.
Unfortunately yourself, so you know how important it is. What's your opinion about people supporting tulips? Because over the years you've seen lots of people make, you know, donations or organise events. Is it still up there, you know, on everyone's mind? Do we need to still help as much as we can, or do you need more people organising events? Tell us more about tulips.
Well, really, we need more people because Carol and I have stepped back because tulips basically took over our lives. We needed to regain some life of our own, and because we're not the driving force of so many of the fundraising events, we need other people to step up and do some of them. And some people are, and we're extremely grateful for them for doing that. We're extremely grateful for the people that support them. But we could just do with a few more, because we've gone from, when Carol and I first started, around and about requiring 108,000 Turkish lira a month, to 208,000 lira every month. Razia has had to cut back on the staff, you know, the nurses that we employ and that, because the amount of cancer patients that are coming through the door, plus the cost of the drugs and everything, Tulips simply couldn't afford to keep maintaining the momentum of the number of staff that they employed to help the cancer patients. So it's quite sad, really, that that's happened. And Tulips helps everybody. You can be an expat, and you don't have to think an expat's British. You know, you can be German, Swedish, you could be anything, Italian, Russian. You know, Tulips help everybody. Everybody. And still to this day, about 99%, it's gone back up again, of the money raised for Tulips is done by locals. Carol and I, with the help of an awful lot of people that supported us, managed to get it down a bit, but because we're not actively involved in the same way, it's crept back up, that the majority of the money raised is by local people.
So here we are talking about a trail of 3 cities.
Yes.
You were inspired by Murat, as you said, who was cycling.
Yes.
So what's actually happening? Who wants to tell me what's going to happen on the 16th of October, your first day? I hear that you'll be starting from Cafe George at the top of the Guinness High Street.
Yes, we haven't told him yet, but yes, we will be.
Now they know.
Now we'll know.
Via the press.
We hope to get the Belediere involved and get the mayor to sort of kick off the event. And then the idea is, because we're starting later in the morning, for the first day, we'll be walking 25 kilometres. Thereafter, we'll be walking 30 kilometres a day up until the last day, and then we'll be doing 25 again to get the 200 kilometres in.
So what's the route exactly? I mean, when you do your first 25 kilometres from Guinea, when you leave Guinea town, in which direction are you going? Are you going towards Lefkocha first of all? No,
we're going towards Esentepe. We haven't finalised the exact route. We just know we're going to do 200 kilometres, and we will do 200 kilometres. We won't skimp and say, well, we've only done 192 or something. It will definitely be 200 kilometres. But we're heading out towards Esentepe way, past there, and then we've got to get over the mountain, which is going to be the hardest thing for all of us, because we're not getting any younger. And then we'll drop down into Famagusta. And then from Famagusta, we'll trek over to Lefkocha, and then we'll do that dreaded hill coming back over into Gurney. So it's a complete circuit that we're doing.
And then you end up at the end. Will you come back to Cafe George again then?
Yes, we will.
That's where you end on the 22nd of October?
That's correct.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, we will.
You will, you'll do it. So, Linda, you were saying before that you walked around the Alsanet Park, you've done the normal stepathon, 10,000 steps a day from before Pink October. Now this is different.
This is totally different.
Very different.
Totally different, but we have stepped up. We're in training at the moment. What we tend to do, we still meet in the park. I can't get there every morning because I have tulips commitments, obviously. But we try at least three times a week to meet up, and we walk at least 10,000 steps around Alsanet Park. I then go towards home. I live in Lapta, and I will walk the Lapta walkway before going home. That can take me up to sort of 22, 24,000, depending on how many rounds of the park we've done. I'm trying to get to 30,000 at the moment. That's what I'm averaging.
So that's the coastal walk in Lapta that you're talking about?
Coastal walk in Lapta. But obviously I realise that we're going to be walking roughly 45,000 steps every day and consecutive days. So it's going to be very different from what we're doing at the moment, or what we've done previously.
Obviously, you know, as Sue said, there'll be times when you're going over the mountain.
Yep.
So you won't be going on a flat terrain. There'll be uphill, downhill. Maybe not necessarily on comfortable road. You know, you'll be walking in the hills and everything, in the mountains.
Yeah.
Have you done any sort of training for that?
Well,
or will you be doing
I've got 2 dogs, and I take them up the mountain, and I keep them on a lead at the moment because of snakes and everything else.
Yeah.
And of course, I've got sort of 2 dog power in front of me, so it's going to be very different when I haven't got them pulling me up the hill, when I'm doing it under my own steam. But yeah, we need to do a lot more training on that. But I think we've got plans that we're going to go out on a Sunday, and perhaps walk up hills where there's not perhaps so much traffic around. And
now that the weather is better, hopefully it'll be a good time for you to do some training.
Yeah.
When it's not too
and when it's hot, of course, we're going to have to go out middle of the night, I think.
Yeah. Or very, very early in the morning.
Very, very early in the morning. Yes. Yeah.
So, Sue, what about you? Have you? Because I know you're a keen walker again at the park in Alsanet, but what about all the other? You know, are you thinking of the terrains? Do you have dogs to walk as well up the mountain?
No, I haven't got any dogs at all. No, I mean, I walk around the Alsanet Park. I did actually try to walk up to Carmi a couple of weeks ago, and I get to where the caravan sign is and the 50 kilometres sign. You might know it. Yeah. And I'm puffing like crazy, and I thought, oh, I'm going to turn around and go back. And I got back home, and I could hardly move for that 3 days. My hips hurt, my back hurt, and I thought, I need practice. So I'm going to UK on Monday for a fortnight to go and see my family, and when I come back, then we've pulled off a couple of training programs just to give us an idea of what we should be doing, you know, for long walks that we found on the internet. So it'll give us a few ideas of what we should be doing, how long we should be doing, and things like that. And then we will just have to practice, and we have to keep practicing through those really hot months as well. So it'll be getting up at the, you know, not even the crack of dawn while it's still dark. Yeah. So we're going to get some luminous things so that, you know, when we are out and about on the roads, you know, people will see us. So don't run us over.
Well, you're lucky that the pink month is in October and not pink August.
Yes, we
Or
are
pink
very
July.
lucky. Very lucky.
You're very lucky it's pink October. That's when you're doing the walk. So at least that's okay. But you are training. You'll be training probably throughout the summer.
Yes,
without a doubt.
Until the actual day itself, the actual week itself.
Yes.
I want to ask you, on the route, so let's say the first day, I'm just imagining now, you're leaving, you know, we've all cheered you off at Cafe George,
yes.
and you're walking, as you said, towards Essential, which means you're going through Chatalcoy, Karakum Chatalcoy.
Yes.
So on the main road,
Yes.
you're walking, and I hear that Carol, although she's going to be walking with you for most of the time, she says that she's not going to be able to do all the steps, all the walking, and she'll be your support in the car behind you. Hopefully she won't run you over
Well,
if she gets
that's
angry.
my fear.
That's the fear, that Carol will run you over. But, you know, you, Oriana and Linda will be doing...
We'll be doing the whole thing.
All the whole thing, with Carol behind you supporting you.
Yes.
But does that mean that we're going to be able to see you with your lovely T-shirts on, walking along the main road?
Yeah.
Trudging along?
Absolutely, because Murat Alpal from Alpal Trading is sponsoring us, and we'll have 3 T-shirts each. We've just got the one at the moment, because a bit nearer the time, when we start getting sponsors, we've had our first corporate sponsor, which was Credit West, and as the months progress and we start getting others, we'll have some on our T-shirt. And we'll also have a banner on top of the car, because obviously we need for people to slow down. And also Razia is on about doing a banner as well, a big tall freestanding one, and we'll put all the sponsors on that. So depending how many sponsors we get is depending how big the banner is going to be.
Well, the more the merrier. More money you can raise.
Absolutely. If I'm walking 200 kilometres, I want to raise good money.
Yeah.
Good money.
Yes.
And I think I heard Carol saying that, what was it, how many new breast cancer patients every year? And you're really walking 200 patients, I think,
Yes.
a year. So every kilometre is for one breast cancer sufferer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing that there are 200 still every year, and only very few of them are early diagnosis. And breast cancer is just so easy, one of the easiest cancers to survive. But it's trying to get the message across to educate people that they need to go for checkups, because the earlier you get diagnosed, the better chance you have of you know, surviving it. I mean,
yeah.
Mine was caught. I had tests 1 year. 13 months later, I went, they found it, and I was in, and that was it. And I'm no longer on treatment. I don't take any medication, you know, so I'm proof that even though it was a grade 3 cancer, you know, you can survive breast cancer. But we've got to educate the people to go early and to have checkups and things. And this is where, you know, they're failing themselves, really. So 200 kilometres, like you said, it's 1 kilometre for every new breast cancer patient that we have throughout the year.
Yeah, a very sad statistic there, but, you know,
yes.
Very important that we get the message across to our viewers. Linda, so you were a bit hesitant first to say yes to the girls, but they're going to have fun. So do you envisage...
I just felt with my other commitments, you know, whether I could... It's not just the time in doing that week, it's all the leading up to it and knowing how much training I'd have to put in and everything else, but it's so enjoyable, you know.
It is enjoyable, and I'm sure you all have fun. You know each other very well. But how do you envisage, as you're walking along, will you be singing songs, chatting to each other, or will you have your own earphones on, playing your own music? I mean, how will it happen? How's it going to work out? Have you thought about this at all yet, or not?
We don't stop talking when we're in Jack Park, do we? So
it might be a little bit more difficult on certain roads because we'll have to go single file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we will be in our own little world. And although we've got Carol following us as well, we've also got Razia who's going to get the police involved and the Kaima Kamliks to help protect us and make it safe for us to be on the roads. So on the parts we're single file, we'll probably be in our own little world, but the rest of it, no, we won't stop talking.
So how many hours a day do you think you'll be walking? And do you know, I mean, obviously, near the time, you'll know where you'll be stopping.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll get sponsored to maybe stay somewhere along the route, because obviously you're going from Guinea to Gazi Mausa, to Lefkosia, back to Guinea. So this circuit means that you have to stay somewhere overnight.
That's right.
Have you thought about the logistics of this, where you will going? Will you be having enough water? Do you have snacks?
Yes.
Will we have backpacks?
Oh, no, we've...
Will Carol have a, a 3-course meal in the car for you whenever you're,
hope so.
whenever you're hungry?
I think we'll be lucky when we get that.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, I've actually done a lot of trekking in my younger years, which is a lot different to now. So I've pulled off a load of information for the girls, like, what to eat when you're going round in a hot country, how to prepare, an idea of a training program and that. So, hopefully that will help them, get them going for the training. And then in addition to that, we're hoping the association has said they will find us some accommodation on the way round. However, if anybody's listening to this, we're more than happy because, to accept their offer. I mean, what we want is bed, breakfast, evening meal.
Yeah.
Yes, for every night.
For every night. I mean, from the 16th to 22nd, it's a long period to be away from your comfort of your home.
Yes.
And walking, and then ending up with Blister Sisters. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
But will you know what you're going to be wearing? Are you going to be having special trainers for walking long distances?
Mm-hmm. We've got all those, and I go back to UK, like I said, on Monday. So I think my mum's moving out of her flat. There's a whole pile of stuff being delivered to her flat, and I'm bringing it all back. And it's proper socks and things like that. You just need shoes and socks have to be the priority, because if your feet are ruined, that just wrecks the whole trip.
Yeah.
And we won't have to carry backpacks because hopefully Carol will still be behind us in the car. So we're just going to have, like little belts with some water bottles on and something that we can put our phone in. So we're not actually carrying anything, which would be a great benefit to us as well.
It's going to be 6 or 7 hours, isn't it?
It's going to be 6 or 7 hours, yes.
At least.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah.
Might get slower as the week goes on.
Well, I can't imagine us running up that hill from Left Kosher into Gurney. Can you? No.
I can't. I mean, it's bad enough driving on that road, never mind cycling or even walking it.
Yes.
But I know it is possible, and you can do it. And it's not something that everyone can do, but it's a big challenge for you. And I suppose, in a way, personally, it's going to be very satisfying for you when you do complete it, because you think, wow, it isn't just stepping or walking around Alton Jack Park or the Lapsy Strip.
No.
This is going around northern Cyprus. And I'm sure you'll see lots of wonderful things, lots of wonderful sights, especially in the nature areas, up in the mountains, up in the hills. I'm sure you'll probably see things that you have never experienced or seen before.
Probably.
It'll be a massive achievement for me, because I've never done anything vaguely sporty, unlike you that have been on.
I know, but it's a long time since I did anything sporty. A very long time.
And it's very different from being behind the stall at the market.
Oh,
to actually
definitely,
walking.
definitely.
What's the response been like to your friends and family when they hear that you're doing this? I mean,
Well, my husband, I asked him whether he'd mind, and his view is, well, as long as you come back and walk the dogs every night. No, he was joking. But,
that's your job.
They're just amazed at my
week.
age that I'm even embarking on something like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is amazing. I mean, do you feel that this is like now a personal goal for you? That
It's going to be a massive personal achievement.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I think it is for all of us, isn't
For
it?
everyone, Oriana and Carol as well. It's something. It's
We're
something
not
that
young. We're not young anymore.
don't mention age.
You're the
age,
youngest.
Age is just a number. But you are fit. Do you think that you'll get even fitter in the next few months? I mean, do you feel that there's a change already?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you are getting, you're training for October.
Yeah.
Is there a difference in the number of steps you're doing and how?
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
I've stepped up from 10,000 to 30,000 in a matter of 6 or 7 weeks, really.
Yeah.
So,
And you're not feeling tired, or
No,
do you
no.
feel fitter?
yes, yeah,
You
definitely.
can walk more.
Definitely.
Your endurance is
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah.
What about you, Sue, as well? Yeah.
You can join us, Jan. It's not a problem.
No, it's all right.
You will just report.
I mean, you want the Blister Sisters, not the Blister Sister and one brother.
Yeah, we can have the Blister Brothers, BBs. It's not a problem.
Well, we are hoping that people are going to join us for stages,
Yes,
aren't we?
we are.
So-
We are. I mean, if anybody sees us out walking, I mean, Denise gave me an app to put on my phone. So I'm just practicing it on the Alton Jack walk. And if we can load that up onto the Blister Sisters page, and then people can see where we've been and what we've done that day. And then in addition to that, we'll let them know where we're going to be the following day, you know, and we're just saying to everybody, you know, please just come down, join us. You only have to walk 10 minutes with us, but just give us a bit of support, you know.
That'd be really good, wouldn't it? If you were, you know, if you arrived in Scotia and then you arrived with a crowd meeting you, and then everyone else walked, and you did say that maybe when you pass by BRTK, because you're coming in front of us, we're on the main road, you might even pop into us?
Yeah, we could do. It depends how we're doing for time. You might have to run after us with a recording device.
Do you remember a couple of years back when you did a walk around BRT?
Yes, I
Maybe
remember.
if you come to BRT, we can walk with you around BRT and then send you out again. That could be, can I promise you that then?
We'll bear that in mind.
Bear that in mind.
Certainly will do.
So, with that in mind, how can we help you now, between now and October? What can the viewers, what can we do? I know that you have a GoFundMe page.
Yes, we do. Yes.
So we can support you by donating money there. And that's gofundme.com/Trail of 3 Cities.
Yes.
We've got Facebook, and we can follow you on Facebook now, yeah?
Yes, we can. We've got Blister Sisters Walking for Tulips.
Right.
People can make a pledge on there if they really wanted to, you know, and or send us a message on Facebook. If they don't want their names, you know, to be out there in the public, they can send us a private message and with a phone number, and we'll arrange to go meet them and collect the money. It's not a problem.
Because we're being sponsored as a team rather than individuals.
Yeah,
so people don't have to worry that, you know, if they sponsor me, they also know Oriana or whatever, because it's all going into one pot.
Yeah. The whole thing is it's a team effort.
Yes.
Blister Sisters.
Yes.
It isn't just sponsoring Linda or Sue or Carol or Oriana. Everyone is doing equal amounts.
Yeah.
And so they can sponsor everyone from now. You are collecting, maybe nearer the time, will you be out there maybe at certain events with, you know, because obviously you're doing this now and you've been in the press. We've seen you in Cyprus today as well.
Yeah.
And you've been online, you know, on social media. But we might forget. Nearer the time,
we won't
or
let you.
from now, or we shouldn't forget, but from now until October, will you be trying to do some certain things to bring everyone together and make everyone think, oh yeah, we must donate money?
Yes, I mean, Oriana's got a couple of ideas with the pool and the darts teams to try and, you know, do an event to raise money for us, which will be good. And then we all know a few areas, restaurants or something that we can just go and say, you know, will you just do an event on the, you know, one night or one day leading up to the Blister Sisters, and all the money collect on that day, you know, we can put towards the Blister Sisters, and it'd be perfect to get people actually participating in the fundraising.
And we're also going to leave sponsor forms and pots for money to be put into at places where people visit. So whether it's shops or exchange offices or whatever, if they'll have them, then we'll put them out there so people can just write the name on and put the money in, or just put the money in the box if they want to remain anonymous. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe you should be wearing your T-shirts as you're training.
We do.
So people see you walking around the Alphabet Park on the Lap to Strip. You know what? That's Sue, and that's, you know...
That's Linda and Oriana, yes.
Linda and Carol and Oriana. Right, money.
Yes.
I mean, you need to do it instantly, I think. I think the idea is to, you know, strike while the iron's hot.
Yes.
Give me your money now.
Yep.
I don't want to put pressure on you, although I'm going to put pressure on you. Is there a figure that you are aiming for in your mind, or you don't really want to put that pressure on yourselves?
Well, I don't think I want to put that pressure on myself. I don't know about you. I haven't got a figure in mind. I just want to raise as much as we possibly can. And when I come back from UK, we will be meeting with Razia Hanum, you know, our chairperson of Tulips Help Those with Cancer Association, with a view of, right, which companies can we hop along and go and tap for some really good donations. So. I
think Razia is really, really grateful, humbled by your gesture. I think it's an amazing thing that you're doing, and she is always, you know, emotional. She'll probably send you off crying that day when you start walking on the 16th of October from Cafe George. Yep. But, you know, she's a very grateful lady, and she's very, very humble. Yes. And we all are humble, really. I'm amazed at what you are doing. All four of you. You deserve a round of applause from now. I wish you all the best for the event, the Trail of 3 Cities, taking place between the 16th and 22nd of October. Look out for these ladies in their T-shirts, walking along the TRNC roads, and maybe sometimes Carol in the car, beeping the horn, blaring out loud music, hopefully, and, you know, bringing attention to everyone. But I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for everything. And we can still see you at the market, every Saturday.
Yes, yeah. And
if
I
we-
also have a sponsor form at the market.
So we can see you there, get your sponsorship
Absolutely.
money ready to donate to the Blister Sisters. And if we want to donate any goods for the market, can we just come there that day and leave it with you?
You can leave it with me or come down, give me your telephone number, or we can liaise and arrange to pick up. So it's not a problem.
And again, any contact information, go to Facebook, Blister Sisters Walking for Tulips, and go to GoFundMe.com, Trail of 3 Cities. These are the ladies to look out for. And again, I thank you for all that you've done for the charity over the years, and that you'll continue to support in any way that you can over the next few years.
Well, thank
until you can.
Thank you for inviting us on the programme to
Yes.
sort of air what we are doing.
You're more than
That's
welcome,
important.
always welcome.
Yes.
And hopefully not too many blisters at the end of the walk.
we hope
not.
so as well. When I
Maybe you need, you know, some sort of foot chiropodist or, you know, somebody to look after you at the end. They can sponsor you, maybe.
Maybe we'll find out one.
We'll see
find
you
one.
sitting in, you know, at some salon with your feet, getting your feet done.
Well, when I come back from UK, I'm coming back with a load of blister packs for us, just in case.
And we deserve a pedicure for all the 4 ladies at the end.
Yes.
Don't you? Anyone wants to do that donation, you know where to find them.
Yes.
But ladies, thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you.
Wishing you all the best, and hopefully we'll see you at BRT maybe in that week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll take you around BRT. I'll walk with you in that part.
Okay.
All right? That's
That's a
promise.
deal. That's a deal.
That's a deal. And with that, we've come to the end of our chat with 50% of the Blister Sisters. We wish Sue, Lynn, and Carol, and Oriana all the best. And you've got your sponsorship ready, money ready now, haven't you guys? I hope you have. See you soon. See you out and about. And until next time we meet in the BRTK studios, take care. Bye-bye.